Well, in case you didn't know, it's Bat Week this week, and it's that time of year that bats, you know, you look at them as decorations across some houses. Yeah, they're hanging up there. Not the real ones, of course, but there are 22 real-life bat species here in San Diego County. Some of your favorite spooky decorations may actually be putting these bats in danger. So we want to talk about this with Director of San Diego Humane Society's Ramona Wildlife Center. We have Andy Blue joining us and bat foster volunteer Cindy Myers. Good morning to both of you. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We're going to start with you, Andy. Let's talk about why it's important to celebrate bats, especially on this Bat Week. Let's talk about why these are special creatures.
Absolutely. No, you know, bats, as you said, there's 23 species in Southern California and 1,400 species worldwide, and they're critical to both our health and our economy. They kind of get a bad rap. People are afraid of them. They eat up to 1,000 insects a night, and they eat a lot of bugs that would be pests in your garden as well. So, you know, we can't stress enough how important they are to all of us.
Yeah, so as much as people might be like, ooh, a bat, hey, you may feel that way about insects, and they're helping you out with that. Someone who has no problem with bats and actually likes them, I think, is Cindy. And Cindy, I believe you have a couple of bats. I want to explain what our viewers are seeing at home on your screen. What are we looking at there?
That is the bat hanging up on the back of the display cage there.
Okay.
Her name is Tracy. She's a Humomyotis, and I was hoping that she would come down and grab a couple of mealworms, but she may be full because she ate during the night, of course. She came into us with we think she had metabolic bone disease for some reason as a pup. Oh, now she's grooming a little bit.
There she goes.
They comb their fur with their toes. They're very much, oh, nice wing stretch.
There you are.
Her wing bones never grew out all the way, so she can't fly well enough to survive on her own in the wild. Here she comes. But she can flutter a little bit, but she can't fly well enough to catch her own insects. Now, in the wild, these bats would specialize in eating mosquitoes and other aquatic insects, emerging aquatic insects. But as Andy said, they can eat up to 1,000 mosquito-sized insects per hour per bat. So they're really important to ecosystems all around the world. And they're one of the more common bat species in San Diego County. Now here I've got, I'm going to switch to Kelly here.
Oh, you have another bat for us named Kelly?
Yeah.
While you're working on that, Cindy, if you could tell me what got you into bats. I mean, they're obviously very useful to our ecosystems, as you've been mentioning. And look at that, you're holding one. How cool. So this is Kelly?
Yeah, this is Kelly. She's a big brown bat. And she came into care back in 2017 with 2 wrist injuries. So she can't extend her left wing all the way. So she stays with us now. And big browns are true hibernators, so she's been trying to sleep lately and not really being active very much. But right now she's decided she just wants to go back to sleep.
Oh, I didn't realize they were so furry on their heads.
Yeah, they're beautiful bats. Oh, and big browns are beetle specialists.
Okay.
They'll eat moss and other, flying insects, of course, but beetles are their preference.
And, Cindy, what do you want to say to people who are like, oh my gosh, get this bat away from me? You know, there are people who have this fear. What would you like to say to help change their minds, perhaps?
Well, bats, of course, they're wild mammals, and any wild mammal could have some sort of disease, and they will try and bite you in self-defense if you try and pick them up with bare hands. But as long as, if you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you. They just want to fly around and eat insects. We do have one rare nectar-feeding bat species here in San Diego County, and those are probably migrating through the county right this time of year. Years ago, we had one of those nectar-feeding bats that got entangled in fake cobwebs hanging over someone's doorway, and fortunately, that bat was totally uninjured. It was carefully extracted from the fake cobwebs and didn't have any injuries, and we were able to release it back to the wild the next night. Okay. But those fake cobwebs can be really dangerous to all kinds of birds and wildlife and lizards and bats. We often every year.
Yeah. I think that's the image we're seeing here, where there's a bat
Every other
stuck in a
day,
cobweb.
I've gotten entangled in those
Right.
thick web outside.
Cindy, we're losing your
Wrapped around
audio a
a
little bit.
Mexican
I wanted to see if we can bring Andy into the conversation real quick. Andy, what can we do to help bats thrive here in San Diego? How can we protect them?
Yeah, that's a great question. Really, just kind of respect them like any other wildlife, and it's helpful to build bat boxes and things like that that give them a place to hide and get up around your house. You know, we all see them, you know, at dusk flying around the area, and just again, just don't really. There's no reason to fear them. They don't want to have any part of us as well. So, best thing to do is is to provide bat boxes. If you find them in areas around your home, it's best to just leave them alone. Often they're just roosting and then they'll move on. So
Okay.
yeah, ideally just leave them alone and appreciate them for what they are. And really, education is critical on these guys. Cindy does a great job with her outreach programs, educating school groups and areas like that. So that's really the best thing we can do for them.
Good to hear from both of you. Thank you very much. And happy Bat Week to you both. Thanks for what you do to try to educate people about them. You know, they're eating insects. So if you don't like bug bites, you like bats, right?
That's right.
All right. Stella and Eric,
Exactly.
I'll send it back to you.